Hello, everybody. So, I think this topic is difficult for a lot of people. Being proud of your own efforts brings up so many feelings and thoughts and experiences we've had from the past, and whether or not we think we're doing a good enough job. And I want to tell you that it is very challenging to stand from a place and look back and say, oh, I'm proud of myself for what I have done. I know firsthand this experience for sure. Many times growing up, I would be so forward focused, but not in a way that actually helped me, in a way where I actually used it against myself. So I grew up in an Asian household. I'm half Vietnamese, half white. And we came from this mentality of nothing was really ever good enough. So even past efforts were counted into that. And if it wasn't absolutely perfect, or at least to a standard that was acceptable, nothing mattered. The efforts didn't matter, the trying didn't matter, and it left me feeling very discouraged and disappointed very quickly because nothing I did was ever good enough. So I totally get this place of where we want this goal, we're looking at this goal ahead of us and we want to get there, but we're putting ourselves in this constant state of not good enoughness to where we can't even acknowledge what we have already done. I'd love for you to consider this. When you come from a place that's forward focused in a way that doesn't actually help you, meaning you're always focused on what could be better, and never looking back and coming from that place of, oh, I did that, and I can acknowledge that that counts too, it leads to this sense of complaining, this focus on what didn't work, what's not going well, in a way that you're just talking all the time about everything that's shit, right? Everything that is just not going well, nothing matters. We swing into that all or nothing spectrum super, super quickly. And what it really sounds like, if you were to video record or audio record yourself and play it back, is this constant sense of complaining about how nothing is ever good enough, very problem focused about how, you can't ever get it right. And I want you to consider that that is happening, and that one of the ways to really address that is to start from a sense of gratitude, to start expressing gratitude for what you have done and what you can do. Oftentimes we overlook this simple, not always easy, but this simple aspect to just being grateful and appreciative of what you have accomplished, of what you can do, of the efforts you have already made. And so when you start with that awareness of really expressing gratitude, it will immediately take you off of the problem and put you back in a place of where your brain starts to open up and not shut down with all the complaining that's happening. The other thing I want you to take on is to acknowledge that the small steps matter. So when I learned belly dance, this was really the avenue in which everything came together so beautifully for me. Because I've been now 17 years into dancing, into belly dancing specifically, way more than that for dancing, but for belly dancing specifically, 17 years. And as I was working towards my goals and what I really wanted to achieve, what I realized is the more that I looked forward, the more I could go forward if I acknowledged all the steps that I had taken. So I could only actually move forward if I came from a place of acknowledging what I have already done and the steps that I had taken. So check this. If you want to move forward, what does it take? It takes that first small step. It's not this huge big leap. Big leaps are comprised of small steps. So looking back and acknowledging the small steps that you have taken will actually bring you more forward. And I love belly dancing for this because it really helped me put into perspective that all the times that I had practiced and put myself out there really allowed me to acknowledge, like, yo, I couldn't get where I am today had I not taken the steps previously to get here. The other thing to take on is the more that you say something, the more that you're gonna believe it. And if you're constantly complaining about something, whatever it may be, whether it's your body, the way that you look, that you have no time, that you're too busy, any of those things that you're constantly saying how it's not gonna work in your favor, the more you're going to believe the complaint that you're actually making. It takes just as much time to acknowledge the effort that you have made in a way that actually pushes you up and gives you like a high five as it does to complain about something. And then when you do complain about something, you're reiterating the thought that what you're complaining about is true. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to be believing that what I'm complaining about is true. What I want to do is really be proud of myself. And I love belly dancing for this because it gave me the space to open up and look back at all of my effort and acknowledge all the small wins along the way. And even the times that I failed was still a step that I took towards what I wanted, whether it was my weight loss, whether it was becoming a champion of the competition that I did, whether it was just believing that I was beautiful, embracing my feminine energy, all the steps that I had taken towards reaching that goal, all the effort I had put in, belly dancing really allowed me to take a step back and be like, hell effing yeah, I did that. I love it so much. And what it really gave to me, which is why I'm so passionate about you experiencing this too, is it opened up my world to not feel like I was a constant failure. And I know that a lot of you can relate to this because you feel like you're failing all the time. And so I want you to implement being gratitude, acknowledging the steps that you've taken, and be mindful that the things that you say, the more that you say them, the more you believe them. So would you like to say more things? Would you like to speak about things in a more complaining manner? Or would you like to say things that really boost you up? Belly dance is such a wonderful platform because it addresses all of these things in such an supportive and encouraging environment, and you get to embrace how beautiful you truly are on the inside and on the outside. Feeling like a constant failure doesn't have to be the norm for you, and I know firsthand that it stopped being my norm the minute I embraced everything that I was doing with belly dancing. I want you to experience that for yourself because you all have been telling me this is what you want, to embrace how you can be proud of yourself, to embrace the small steps that you're taking in reaching your exercise goals, in reaching your femininity goals, in reaching not feeling awkward in your body goals, and reaching just time for yourself goals, right? So I want to invite you to come and, one, try the free class out with me, and two, I can help you get there. I can support you in your journey of learning belly dance and loving yourself in the process. Join my membership today. I would love to support you in getting there because hell yeah, you can.